Coming up, the bird family heads to the blue water of Bermuda for some wreck diving. Welcome to Jonathan Bird's Blue World.
Bermuda, known around the world for its gorgeous pink sand beaches and crystal clear waters. It's also one of the premier luxury destinations for North America. And it's only a 2-hour flight from Boston. So, for February school vacation, the Bird family is going on another diving adventure. I don't even have enough time to watch a full movie before we're in Bermuda. Since Bermuda is so small, they don't rent cars to tourists. So we grab a cab to our condo.
Think these are gonna fit? Zach, you're on the roof.
It's a 5-minute ride from the airport to the town of St. George's. The next day we set out to explore the island tourist style. Scootering is a Bermuda tradition, and it's a super fun way to get around if you don't need to carry too much stuff. The island is only 20 miles long, but it has a rich history stretching back to the 1500s when it was discovered by the Spanish. Today, Bermuda is a British overseas territory, and while many people think of Bermuda as a Caribbean island, it's actually 1,000 miles north of the Caribbean in the Atlantic. People told me not to come to Bermuda during winter because it's too cold. Well, here I am in the middle of February and it's 75 and sunny, pretty much perfect weather. So the family and I are going scuba diving. We head over to Blue Water Divers and meet up with owner Chris Gauntlet. Hey, Chris. Nice to meet you.
Glad you guys can come.
Here's the whole family. Christine.
Hello.
Liam. And Elise.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Inside the shop, we sign our waivers while first mate Dylan Mulder fills some tanks and loads them on the boat. We set up our gear before we leave the dock. Next, a quick pre-dive safety briefing. Then we're off. Because it's the off-season, we have the boat to ourselves. As the morning clouds clear, it has become a perfect day on the water for our 20-minute ride to the dive site. All the dive sites have permanent mooring lines, so nobody has to throw an anchor onto the reef. Chris gives us a dive briefing.
Moved the wreck across the sand hole and wedged it up into the reef. We'll do a maximum time of 30 minutes or 500 psi, whichever comes first. Right down at the sand, it's about 72 feet, but the wreck is 40 feet
and then it's time to suit up. The water this time of the year is only 68 degrees Fahrenheit, which isn't exactly tropical, but it's a lot warmer than home.
You know what's cool? This wetsuit
Was my mother's.
was your mother's.
Stick it.
Without too much trouble.
While this time of the year has cooler water, it also has the best visibility. We're talking crystal clear.
Ooh, the business is good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, you ready?
As we submerge, we can see the bottom 80 feet down. Chris leads us over to the wreck of the Hermes. This small ship, originally built for the U.S. Navy, was abandoned in Bermuda when she experienced engine trouble. The government of Bermuda donated the ship for use as an artificial reef. It was sunk intentionally in the mid-1980s and has become one of the most popular dives in Bermuda. This is perfect for the kids' first wreck dive. The deck is only 60 feet deep. We drop down to check out the cargo hold, but it's full of water. We do a good job of silting the place up. The superstructure is wide open and safe to explore, so we can swim through. Chris has a surprise for everyone: the engine room. I'm fascinated filming the generator, but then I realize, hey, they're leaving without me. This is a cool shot, until the lights don't fit. A hurricane pushed the ship right up against the reef, where it's now pretty solidly stuck. Swimming over the deck, we see machinery, but it's hard to tell what it was. There's a big capstan used for hauling up the anchor, and a long boom that was used for loading cargo. It must be super smart because it's covered in brain coral. Chris takes us on a tour around the nearby reef so we can see some coral. Because Bermuda is at the very northern edge of the tropical zone, only a few species of coral live here. But the ones that do seem to be thriving. Due to the warm influence of the Gulf Stream, this is one of the northernmost coral reefs in the world. After a lap around the reef, we head back to the wreck. But as we approach our no decompression limits, it's time to head back to a boat which is still afloat. On the safety decompression stop, the kids battle it out with rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first. It's a little bouncy getting back on the boat.
That's all good though. You're good. Clean it up. Alright. Come on. On my side. Woohoo! Well, what'd you guys think of your first wreck?
That was so cool.
The afternoon winds have calmed, and we have a beautiful flat ride back to the shop. The tide has dropped a few feet since we left, so it's a good thing there's steps in the dock. The wreck of the Hermes is popular for a reason. This classic shipwreck is a great dive for new or experienced divers alike. It's not too deep, can be explored easily and safely, and you can see the whole thing at once through the crystal clear water. Diving in Bermuda is a great way to experience the blue world. Hey everyone, thanks for watching our latest episode all the way to the end. You're crazy if you don't subscribe. Hit that subscribe button now so you won't miss our next episode. And check out our merch link in the description for some Blue World swag.